Wolves were all business as they came through the tunnel, determined to give their fans a reason to celebrate tonight. Welcome, everyone, to NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Hello, basketball fans. Brian Anderson here, courtside with Doris Burke and Grant Hill. Our reporter is Allie LaForce. So a moment now to see the story for Trae Young.
And he's had a rough past 5 games. He's had trouble finding his offensive rhythm and just hasn't been as effective as he'd like to be on that end. But this is something all players go through, and I'm sure he'll fight his way back.
Now the opening lineup for Atlanta. Risache and Johnson, they're the forwards. Trae Young out there with Dyson Daniels. And it's Porzingis in at center, locking down the middle. And for Minnesota, Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 1. Well, Grant, trade talks always ramp up this time of year. But if you're a player in those rumors, that can really take a mental toll.
Oh, B.A., absolutely. Especially the first time it happens. You have to try and remind yourself that it's a business. But sometimes that doesn't make it any easier.
Now here's Edwards. The 3 ball. And he buries his first look.
Edwards, such an explosive scorer. You don't want to concede that three-point shot. Boy, that's going to make him feel good.
Pass to Risache. Back to Young. Here's Daniels. Just 5 to shoot. Johnson on the wing. Checked by Randle. The shot by Johnson, no good. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I briefly spoke with Chris Finch. I asked him about how difficult it is to game plan for someone like Trae Young, and Coach said to me, I told our players to play up on him. The more he moves and runs around, the more likely he is to get into a rhythm, so we need to stay aggressive against him. Sounds like this might be a very physical game, guys.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. Oh, wasted no time on that one.
Well, you cannot sleep on Julius Randle. Catch and shoot jumper. Okay, Julius, we see you.
Here's Atlanta now. It's a 5-point game. They put up a nice win against Toronto last time out.
Yeah, they eked that one out. I mean, the execution was spotty, but they were lucky to come away with the win.
Yeah, but as a team, you actually love a win like that. You're struggling from the field. You don't have your best stuff. Still, you find a way to gut out a win.
A little over a minute and a half into this first quarter. Here's Edwards. There's the block.
Yeah, that was great job on defense from Daniels. He knows how to distract shooters. It hasn't been his best quarter. I mean, he's trying to shoot himself out of a slump.
Took the opportunity when he saw it.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
For Minnesota, they've gone 2 for 5 here in the first. For 3, Randle. Porzingis grabs the board.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Young against DiVincenzo. Here's Young. 9 points in his last outing. Risache, no good. And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit. But size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning.
Now here's Porzingis. He had 9 points in his last time out. Porzingis with a screen on DiVincenzo. Young misses.
Just one made field goal in 5 tries. Not a good start.
Here's Gobert. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. There aren't many more dominant defenders in the NBA than Gobert.
Well, that's definitely fair to say, B.A., because his defense has an outsized influence on a game. The inside presence changes an opponent's game plan.
And he knocks down the first one. Over the last few years, Atlanta struggled defensively, Grant.
Yeah, the Hawks haven't been better than 20th in defensive rating since 2017. They've had some great offensive teams during that time, but their defense has held them back.
So he picks up just one from the line that time. Well, Doris, if you're a Wolves fan, you really have to enjoy the present.
Well, think about it. 56 and 26 last year, their second best record ever. A 3 seed in the West, also their second best ever. As long as they have the Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards, that team should be a factor in the West.
Ice Trey, looking cool as ever, just draining it.
Here's Randall. In the game against Denver, very impressive. Outside, DiVincenzo. To the middle. And Gobert with the stuff.
B.A., when he gets the rim in his sights, it's tough to stop.
So aggressive and a determined finisher. Nice. And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for the Hawks. Trailing by 2. Last time they met in Atlanta.
And you'd have to think that luck played a part in that one. I mean, the opponent had an off night at the defensive end for sure.
Well, give them some credit for taking advantage of a weak defense and capitalizing on every mistake.
Minnesota's gone 1 of 4 from deep. For 3, Randall bearing his second of 3 attempts.
When you have Randall on your team, he'll space out that floor.
And Quinn Snyder decides to call timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. He's really been spectacular lately. Here's your Western Conference Player of the Week, Anthony Edwards.
No questions, he has been on fire. He's really showing us what the complete package looks like for a shooting guard. Getting points, but also doing a lot off ball to affect the game.
They kick it out to Porzingis. Down low. Rudy Gobert with a rebound. Minnesota leading by 5. Here's McDaniels. Rebounded by Daniels. Atlanta has gone 2 of 5 from deep. Pass to Porzingis. Back to Young. Here's Risache, defended by Gobert. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. And out on the wing, Zach Risache has so many things scouts are looking for these days.
Yeah, B.A., this guy has tremendous potential as a two-way threat. Great length, good athleticism, and his jump shot could be elite.
Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes a first. And he makes both free throws. Here's DiVincenzo. He's coming off a 10-point game against Denver. Outside Edwards. Randall outside. Johnson with the defensive effort.
Probably should have scored there. He usually does.
Here's Porzingis. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. Rudy Gobert picks one up.
Boy, the aggressiveness in the paint from Porzingis, putting the onus on the officials to make a call. You've got to make them decision makers.
Take a break.
First one falls for him. Well, Doris, you watch Kristaps Porzingis at the defensive end. He changes a lot of shots.
There is no doubt, B.A. It's 7'2". It isn't just simply about sending shots back. It's about changing the trajectory. But I think, as importantly, guys don't want to go in the lane because of his presence.
Both free throws good from Porzingis.
This is what makes him a challenge to stop. He will beat you from the floor, and he can also beat you from the line.
Outside Edwards. Minnesota again missing.
It's been an ugly quarter for him. Trying to shoot his way out of it. Might be time to work on the playmaking skills.
Screen by Young. Daniels passes to Porzingis. Outside Young. Now here's Johnson. 6 to shoot. Pure from three-point range. Johnson's got his second basket on the night.
There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
Here's Randall. And that time also a missed shot.
Hey, sometimes the best looks don't equate to points.
Here's Young. He's off on that one. Good work defensively by DiVincenzo. Here's Randall. And the layup is good off the glass. Randall's got 7.
Boy, there was plenty of contact down low, but Randall assertive and able to find the finish.
And here is Young. He's been an important part of this offense, averaging around 22 points a game. Pass to Rizachet. Outside Johnson. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Randall deciding where to go with it. And out of bounds. Atlanta will have it. And while we can, let's take a look at the rookies who are leading the way in points this past month. Zachary Rizachet is second.
Those averages have distanced him from the pack. And the scary thing is, he may widen that margin.
Atlanta's gone 3 of 6 shooting from beyond the arc. Outside Young. Porzingis high post. 5 on the clock. Back to Young. Hits the trifecta. Young's got his second basket of the game.
The deep ball from Young. He only needs a little wiggle room to feel comfortable firing away.
And Chris Finch calls timeout here. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. Timberwolves trail by 3. Randall outside. To the paint. Here's DiVincenzo. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
Attacking in the painted area. Clearly that was their game plan coming in.
Atlanta's gone 4 of 7 from three-point range here in the first. Out to the right wing. Back to Johnson. Pass to Daniels. And stolen by Edwards. And now the T-Wolves on the break. McDaniels from long range. Rebounded by Johnson. And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for Atlanta. Here's Rizachet. Takes a 3. That one doesn't drop. McDaniels with some nice D. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Jalen Johnson is developing the complete game. He said, I watch the guys who do everything. That's my mindset. I want to be at least solid in every department and then keep building on that, adding bits and pieces here and there. Brian, his versatility is already drawing attention league-wide.
Yeah, there's no question about that, Allie. Thank you. Book it. And it's Randall with the assist. And the Timberwolves lead by 2. All right, well, a look at how the hustle game has been going for Minnesota.
Well, their hands resulting in plenty of steals in the early going, keeping the opposition there off balance.
And the other thing that's working for them tonight, getting out into the open floor. A lot of the damage coming in transition.
Now here's Young. He has 6. Here's Rizachet. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Gobert's got 5 rebounds tonight. And here's Edwards outside. Rebounded by Johnson. Johnson's got 5 rebounds in the game.
Boy, a forgettable night for him, but thankfully his teammates have played well overall.
And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
Atlanta shooting their 5th and 6th free throw attempts tonight. And so it's Quinn Snyder here calling timeout. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Both teams will make substitutions. Now that we're into the new year, how about a check on the Eastern Conference standings? You look at Atlanta, they're in 5th place, right in the middle of the conference. Still time to improve that positioning.
Checking out Atlanta, they've stayed within arm's length of the conference leaders. That in itself is an accomplishment at this point in the season.
Yeah, even so, though, I'm sure they're not satisfied just being near the top of the standings. They're going to be looking to make a major push as the season winds down.
And the second free throw is good. Now here's Randall. 7 points in the game. Pass to Shannon. Here's Dillingham. The three. And the three-pointer goes.
Defensively, got to close out a little faster. That's a look he'll make with regularity.
LeVert passes to Daniels. Reed against Porzingis. And Atlanta misses again. The Timberwolves lead by 4. Pass to Dillingham. Here's Shannon. And the three off target. Atlanta's gone 4 of 8 from outside in this first quarter. Now LeVert. He had 10 points in the win against Toronto.
And you know, guys, the other thing I really appreciated about his effort in that game was the effort and work on the glass. What a well-rounded performance.
Yeah, when you make your mid-range shots, you force your opponents to adjust.
Well, truth is, though, he's tall enough to get that off against anyone.
Here's Dillingham. Fires for 3. Porzingis grabs the board. And for Atlanta, they're shooting only 31% to get this game underway. Pass to Dillingham. 1:51 left in the first quarter of the game. Clock at 6. From deep three-point land. And so the ball out of bounds. Dillingham touched it last. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Kristaps Porzingis.
And the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. That's not what you want, and I'm sure it's something he's well aware of. .136 left in the first quarter.
LeVert with the ball. No points yet. Pass to Daniels. Porzingis up top. Reed defending. Back to Daniels. And out of bounds. Minnesota will have it. Minnesota in the lead. Here's Shannon. Outside Edwards. Out left to the wing. Reed in the post. Working on Porzingis. Reed can't hit.
They've been just a little bit better on the glass so far, showing their tremendous work ethic.
There's 45 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Okongwu finds LeVert. Here's Daniels, guarded by Edwards. 5 to shoot. LeVert, a screen on Edwards. And here's Okongwu for 3. Alexander Walker grabs the board.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Going all the way to the rack. Here's Daniels. And he hammers it home to polish off the break.
And leaking out well in transition. I mean, I like seeing Daniels get rewarded for hustling.
Edwards looking for an opening. They still need this. That shot is off. Tie game in Minnesota. Quarter number 2 coming up right after this break. Don't go anywhere. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. All right, let's quickly break down the game, what we've seen so far from the Timberwolves, guys.
Defensively, their gambles are paying off, jumping passing lanes and pressuring ball handlers.
And a few of those led to quick scores at the other end. Really active first quarter for them.
And Young has got the ball here for the Atlanta Hawks. And the Hawks, looking at who they've got, Okongwu at the 4 with Capella at the 5. Karis LeVert is out there with Trae Young. And it's Krejci in at the 3 spot. And for the Timberwolves, they're shooting at 32% from the floor. Not good. Edwards against Young. Now here's Edwards. He's guarded closely. That one off the back iron and out. Atlanta's gone 4 of 9 so far from the perimeter. And Doris, you watch Anthony Edwards year to year. He just keeps reaching a new level.
He wants greatness badly. He's putting in the time, BA, to get there. Anthony Edwards, the shooting, the confidence, the leadership, everything's growing. He's now producing like an MVP. Look out, everybody. Here he comes.
Atlanta shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the free throw is good. Now leading by 1. And every team is looking for length on their roster.
Yeah, the reason, BA, is because of the quality and skill of shooting. Guys are coming across half court, and they can shoot the basketball at 35 feet. The reason you need length is there's more area to cover. Increasingly, Brian, it's getting harder and harder to play as an undersized guard in this league.
Now here's Edwards. Last game, an incredible scoring display for him. Over Young. Drained it for 2 points. Edwards got his 2nd bucket on the night. The Hawks shooting a low 30% from the floor. Pass to Capella. Now here's Young, guarded by Edwards. Here's Krejci. Just 5 to shoot. Capella, screen on Edwards. Young. Nice D from Reed. Now the Timberwolves with it. Now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second. Here's Edwards. Oh, Edwards just pulling his way inside.
Well, we know this about Anthony Edwards. This guy, one of the stronger guards in this game. That's a tough finish.
Here's Young. He has 6. Pass to Krejci. Capella with it. And here's Okongwu. Ingles defending. Crafty move. A rebound by Ingles. The Timberwolves have got 2 of 3 shots to go in the second. Left side Reed. Outside Ingles. On the wing, Alexander Walker. Reed, a screen on LeVert. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. Reed can't hit. The Hawks trailing. Young, the pass to Krejci. It's LeVert on the wing. Here in quarter 2, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. And for the Timberwolves, they're shooting just 34% so far in this one. Alexander Walker with the bucket.
Boy, drawing the defense's attention. Edwards pays it forward. Nice work on the pass.
And Quinn Snyder decides to call timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Matthews, he's checked in for Krejci. And taking a sec here to look at the leaderboard. Here are the top free throw shooting two guards over the last 10 games. Second is Anthony Edwards.
And two guard is a position where you'll find a number of great free throw shooters. These guys are the best of the best.
You know, that's a very steady bunch at the line, no doubt about that. In any kind of clutch situation, if it's one of those players shooting the big free throw, you can be sure he's going to come through.
And Capella gets it to go.
And what do you know? Capella with the high percentage look. That's his motto.
And Chris Finch has called timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. Minnesota with the ball. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter. Pass to Gobert. Outside Edwards. Oh! Edwards packs it home.
And that strength and concentration from Anthony Edwards. Yes, there's contact. Doesn't bother him.
Hawks trail by 5. And here's Young. He has 6. Now Okongwu. Reed defending. Back to Young. 5 on the clock. Here's Okongwu. And it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Throw good, Okongwu.
They've been impeccable from the line here in the second period, doing what they can to try to build some momentum.
Edwards, a pass to Alexander Walker. Now here's Reed. No points so far. Rejected by Okongwu. On the push, here comes Atlanta. They get it back. That one's good. This game is all even. Okongwu's got 5 points now in the quarter.
You have to appreciate the doggedness and intensity on the glass. Wow.
Pass to DiVincenzo. Lets the three fly. Sends it home from three-point land. DiVincenzo's got 5 points.
You see the work Anthony Edwards has put in on his decision-making. That's a pretty setup.
Hawks trail by 3. LeVert passes to Matthews. Now Okongwu. 5 points in the game. Young looking for an opening. Oh, that's what he does. Trae Young knocking down a 3.
And that's his first triple this quarter. 3 total for the game.
Alexander Walker, the pass to Gobert. Here is DiVincenzo. Pass to Edwards. Soft touch off the glass. 11 points in the game.
And they're trending in the right direction after a rough first quarter from the field.
Young with it. 9 points in the game. Now here's Okongwu. That one's good, and it's Young with the assist. Young's got his 4th assist in this one.
You want to take away the shooting of Young, but in the pick and roll, Trey can dish it effectively.
And so it's Edwards who brings up the ball for the T-Wolves. Pass to DiVincenzo. Inside. Here's Gobert. Rudy Gobert finishes strong inside.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Atlanta's gotten 5 of 11 threes to drop so far in this game. Here's Okongwu. Okongwu, a screen on DiVincenzo. And he's going for the oop here. Shot clock at 5. Young misses. Minnesota's got 6 out of 15 threes so far in this game. Some changes for Minnesota. Randall comes in for Reed, and Jaden McDaniels subbed in for Alexander Walker. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Kristaps Porzingis, he's checked in for Clint Capella. Johnson comes in for Okongwu. Risache, he's checked in for Matthews. And Daniels is subbed in for LeVert. Here's Edwards. The rebound by Atlanta.
I'll tell you, it has not been this guy's best night, but the teammates have been there to pick up the slack. Love it.
The shot by Johnson, no good.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Randall, rebounded by Johnson. Johnson's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Young, the pass to Porzingis. Johnson for 3. It's rebounded by Anthony Edwards.
Started out strong from three-point land. Hit 2 in the first quarter, but he's gone dry since.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, the Timberwolves are one of the biggest teams in the association, and Coach Chris Finch said, quote, "That's how we're built. It's part of our identity. That's what we have to lean into. We want to be big at the rim and force our size on opponents." Brian, he loves to see other teams hesitant to venture into the paint.
Hearing footsteps, right? Allie, thanks. Here's Randall. He has 7. Pass to McDaniels. Outside, DiVincenzo. And here's Edwards. Fires the 3. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gobert. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Minnesota. And a change for the Hawks. Okongwu's checked in for Trey Young. Atlanta's gone 1 of 4 from three-point land here in the second. Grant, when it comes to Anthony Edwards, fair to say he's meeting expectations so far.
Oh, no question, B.A. The first overall pick in the 2020 draft, Edwards has been anything but a bust. Now we are seeing him trying to compete for titles.
It's stolen by Johnson. Pass to Daniels. Randall against Porzingis. Here's Risache. He had 19 points in the win against Toronto.
Yeah, don't forget how great he was drawing contact and getting himself to the free throw line. Picked up a ton of easy points there.
And the Hawks making a change here. Capella's checked in. The Timberwolves have gotten 7 shots out of 14 attempts in the second quarter. Randall, the pass to DiVincenzo. Back to Randall. McDaniels with it. Covered by Johnson. McDaniels inside. Johnson on him. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. That one on Johnson.
Yeah, Jaden McDaniels is a guy who will embrace physicality. Does a nice job drawing contact.
He's getting his first free throw attempts of the night now. First free throw is good. Doris, you look at the tools McDaniels has on defense. He can be special.
He can. There's incredible length, the reach, the strength. McDaniels very much able to be a shutdown defender against the best offensive players in the game.
And both free throws good for McDaniels.
There is simply no substitute for what Jaden McDaniels gives you on the defensive end every night. This guy is elite.
Oh, he goes up high for the two-handed slam.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
And Chris Finch calls timeout here. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Taking a look at defensive metrics, these are the guys who continue to block shots at a high rate. The fourth spot held by Kristaps Porzingis.
And during this last month, he made a statement on the defensive end, just swatting away shots left and right.
On defense, the Hawks. Trailing by 2. Nails it from 3.
Well, Julius Randle has put in time to grow his ability to make three-point shots. Nice delivery.
Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Ooh, Gobert with a steal. Here's the break. Jumps up. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Well, this is where the freakish length of Rudy Gobert, so effective at reaching in and prying the ball away from the opposition.
Hawks trail by 7. Here's Daniels, and there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. They'll pin that one on Julius Randle. And he can't get the first one. And he's good on the second. Here is DiVincenzo. He's got 5. Outside McDaniels. Now here's DiVincenzo. Pass to Randle. Here's Alexander Walker. 6 on the shot clock. Over Riziche. It's McDaniels on the wing. Offline with a 3. Hawks trail by 6. From deep, Johnson gets rebounded by Minnesota. Gobert's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done.
I know he's got to be frustrated right now, but the team is fighting from behind. He's got to stay with it.
Atlanta's gone just 1 of 6 from the perimeter here in the second. Pass to Johnson. Puts up a 3. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert. Gobert's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. McDaniels passes to Gobert. And Gobert with the stuff.
This guy always amongst the league leaders in dunks. Gobert is a force around the cup.
And the Hawks shooting just 32% here in the second. Here's Daniels. DiVincenzo covering. Here's Porzingis. Okay, do it, KP.
And they had early success from the perimeter, but I don't understand how they've gotten away from that here in the second.
The Timberwolves lead by 8. DiVincenzo, pass to McDaniels. To the inside. Outside, Alexander Walker. 6 to shoot. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis.
7'6" wingspan, sending it back. Kristaps Porzingis with the rejection.
That one drops for him.
Outstanding pass, on time and on target.
Minnesota has gone 3 of 6 from outside in the second quarter. Outside McDaniels. Gobert with a screen on Johnson. Up top, DiVincenzo. Lots of room. Rebounded by Johnson.
All alone from mid-range. They know he won't miss many of those.
Here's Risacher. The shot that time not on target. McDaniels with some nice D. Minnesota in the lead. Down low. Here's Alexander Walker. Johnson with the defensive effort. And the Hawks shooting 34% thus far in this game. To the paint. Here's Risacher. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
I mean, they've been relentless. Just keep getting shots at the rim.
Randall against Capella. Randall inside. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. These are his first free throws of the game. And the first one at the line is good. And the Timberwolves making a change here. And Randall drops them both. Here's Risacher. Off target with the 3. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. Their key to consistency has been their dominance in the paint. They've been the more physical team. All right, Allie's ready to go. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
I'm joined now by Coach Quinn Snyder, and they were giving you some trouble in transition. How do you slow them down?
Well, I think we had a couple early where we were in good positions. We just didn't make the right read, and that's the biggest thing. But more than anything, whether it's a make or a miss or a turnover, we just got to really sprint back and be urgent.
The sense of urgency is key. Thanks, Coach.
Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be right back to begin the third quarter right after this.
Welcome, everyone, as we dig into the details, things working out so far for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
This has been a display of what we often talk about on this show. Unselfish ball movement usually leads to better shots. Now, I could say this. They're generating a lot of clean looks, guys.
Yeah, it's tough to beat a team that's in sync. Big advantage in the assist column. Check that out. And let's move on and see the top vote getters in this year's All-Star race.
Man, we've talked about it so much, hard to believe we're almost an All-Star weekend.
I'm interested to see which new faces make it this year. This first All-Star game for a player really memorable. And that's it for halftime. Thank you for joining us. We send you back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Julius Randle has been sensational.
Yeah, I love how effortlessly he scored. The game just comes so easy for him.
Now let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Hawks. 6-point game. Ebb is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Julius Randle out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point. So that's the lineup from Minnesota. And so it looks like it'll be Atlanta's ball. Young from long range drains the triple. Young's got 12 points in the game. Minnesota leading by 3. Randall outside. Gobert with a screen on Johnson. The 3, Randall. Porzingis grabs the board. Porzingis has got rebound number 7 tonight. Young against DiVincenzo. From deep, Johnson. That one's good, and it's Young with the assist. Young's got his 5th assist in this one.
As the deep shots continue to fall, you can sense the frustration growing among these defenders.
Now here's Randall. Pass to Gobert. Poke loose. Tries to break his ice, and he drops that one in. 13 points in the game.
Anthony Edwards just reading what the defense giving up. Gets to his mid-range game right there.
The kick out to Johnson for the lead. And Atlanta hits again from deep.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
"90 seconds into the second half now. Well, Grant, aside from making the East Finals in 2021, how would you assess Trae Young's teams?
Well, they're always solid offensive teams. But Trae is the type of player that you need to surround with defensive-minded guys. And he hasn't really had that. It's one thing to prevent the layup. It's another to do it without fouling. Just terrific defense.
80% shooting to start the third, 4 for 5.
Timberwolves trail by 3. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Here's Gobert. Great D that time from Porzingis. Here's Atlanta with the ball. Big run right now for him, 11-2. DiVincenzo against Young. On the wing, Daniels. Give him 8. It's rebounded by Anthony Edwards. For Minnesota, they've gotten only 1 of 4 shots to fall in this second half. Randall finds DiVincenzo. Gobert with it. And here's Randall, guarded by Young. In transition. Here's Daniels. They're running. Here's Edwards. DiVincenzo, pass to McDaniels. And he comes up with a bucket. McDaniels got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
Yeah, Jaden McDaniels with a very good sense for when he should look to score it, especially in the painted area.
And so it's Quinn Snyder here calling timeout. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. Let's take a look at the Western Conference standings now that the new year is upon us. Taking a look at the Timberwolves, they're currently holding on to the 3rd best record in the conference.
Seeing where the Timberwolves are, I recall them having a lot of naysayers at the start of the season. But now, they may not have any. This team is ready for a deep playoff run.
Well, this is their goal. There's no doubt about that. For what many expected of them so far, they have not disappointed.
The Timberwolves trail. Pass to Edwards. This one for 3. Rebounded by Johnson.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the 3rd quarter. Porzingis against Randall. Porzingis misses. Minnesota's gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the 3rd. Right side Edwards. Pass to DiVincenzo. Gobert on the high post. Now Edwards. Inside. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Randall. Using his post moves to get the 2 points. Randall's got 14 points.
The guys, over the years, we've seen Randall become a much more aggressive scorer. You love his tenacity.
Atlanta's gone 3 of 4 from outside in the second half. They kick it out to Porzingis. Johnson for 3. Drills it from deep. Johnson's got 9 points now in the quarter.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
And Chris Finch calls timeout here. He wants to review the game plan. And taking a peek at the 2K leaderboard. These small forwards have been unstoppable over the past month. You look at McDaniels, a constant threat, 3rd overall in steals.
And if you're an opposing small forward, this might also double as a list of the most irritating players in the league. Because when you tackle them head-to-head, it's on.
Yeah, defense a huge point of emphasis for each of them. And it doesn't matter whether they're on the ball, as the steals suggest, or off the ball situations either. They are as active a group of defenders as you're going to see.
Now Young, 14 points for him. Outside Johnson. Young against DiVincenzo. Shot clock at 6. The baseline J. And Young gets it to go. 16 points for him.
Well, I absolutely love the way this guy has controlled the pace tonight. They've been able to play the style they want.
Here's Edwards. Get up, Anthony Edwards.
That is big-time strength from Anthony Edwards. He's got the perfect basketball frame.
And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight.
In their previous game, he simply couldn't miss from the line.
One shot.
Throw good, Edwards.
There is so much to love about Anthony Edwards. He is one of the most skilled young basketball players in the league, but he also happens to be quite charismatic.
There's Young with the 3. That one no good. McDaniels with some nice D. For Minnesota, they've gotten 5 of 10 shots to go. Here's Edwards. Rebounded by Daniels. Daniels has got 5 rebounds tonight. Young finds Johnson, lets it go from deep. Randall pulls down the board.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule.
Find the lane. Find the lane. One shot.
Free throw good, Edwards. You know, part of what makes Julius Randle so effective is that spin move, Doris.
He does like to use that on the interior against taller players to get enough separation. But the number of finishing moves that guy has off the spin, it is really an effective tool.
Alexander Walker, he's checked in for the Timberwolves.
You know, a reliable veteran like Julius Randle is so valuable. He provides a foundation for everyone else to play off of because they know he'll be there to score and help out. He makes it easier for other players to succeed around him.
Guys, what you love about Julius Randle is the well-rounded nature of his game. Because he works so hard on his shooting ability, it makes his dribble drive that much more dangerous.
And he sinks the second. And Atlanta with possession here. They trail by 3. Young, the pass to Johnson. That's in. Coming off an assist from Young. Johnson's got 12 points in just the second half. And here's Randall. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. Pass to Edwards. Launches it. Anthony Edwards rains one in.
Oh, that is a stone-cold 3 by the Ant-Man.
Hawks trail by 3. Outside Johnson. Wing shot on the way. The rebound by the Timberwolves. And here we go. The Timberwolves on the run. Here's Randall. LeVert with a rebound. The Hawks have gotten 7 of 14 attempts to fall in the half. Porzingis passes to Young. Here's Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
And when the game is this close, you have to go all out.
He certainly understands his role, huh? When the shot goes up, just crashes the offensive glass.
And that's so demoralizing to your opponent. To play great defense and have the possession end that way, that's tough to take.
Picked by Gobert. Here's Edwards. And there's the rejection. And it's out of bounds to Minnesota. And now it's time to take another view of that huge swat.
And this is exactly why he's out here, in order to block shots in tight games like this.
The three is up. The rebound by Atlanta. Porzingis has got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Here's LeVert. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. And the Hawks lead by 1.
How about Karis LeVert's confidence in the face of defenders to go ahead and power through? Nice.
And the foul called on Karis LeVert. That's his first foul of the game. Right side Edwards. Pass to Alexander Walker. Clock at 6. And they recover it. And he'll take a trip to the line for 2. Clearly got fouled on that shot.
Let's remember, Rudy Gobert, 7-1. Very hard to contest effectively.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Hawks.
Well, you love their unselfish play. Keeping that ball moving, good shot to great. That's winning basketball.
I think the other thing we're seeing tonight is the floor spacing of this team. Boy, they are shooting the cover off the basketball all game.
And that one falls for Gobert.
What you love about Rudy Gobert is he understands his strengths and where he can impact the game. That is primarily on the defensive end, but also as a screen setter offensively.
And so Gobert nails both of them.
Well, Rudy Gobert has been consistently great on the defensive end of the floor as a rim protector and shot blocker.
Young, the pass to LeVert. No good. Nice D from Alexander Walker. Minnesota's gone 1 of 4 here in the third from range.
He is just not taking smart shots out there, a pattern he has fallen into tonight.
And Porzingis launches it from deep, and it's Gobert with a rebound. Minnesota in the lead. Here's Randall. Oh, the bucket's good, and he'll have a chance at one more. That one on Young.
If there is something that defines Julius Randle's game, it's the ability to score through contact. Give him the N1.
What's up?
And that one misses. Doris, one thing you can say about Karis LeVert, he knows how to seize an opportunity.
And the thing about it, BA, is it doesn't matter if that opportunity comes when he's being a starter or when he's coming off the bench. His mindset is, my skill set is score, and that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Edwards, a pass to Randall. Back to Edwards. Randall outside. Pass to DiVincenzo. Now Alexander Walker. Over LeVert. The shot by Alexander Walker, no good. Young with it. 16 points for him. Outside Johnson. Daniels misses. And for Minnesota, they're shooting just under 40% from the field. Edwards against Johnson. Pass to DiVincenzo. The kick out to Edwards. Now Alexander Walker. Gets the three to fall. Alexander Walker's gotten his third basket of the night.
That is an absolute dime from the Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards. Every year gets better as a playmaker.
They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
DiVincenzo with the steal. And they're running. Gets stolen by Johnson. LeVert with the ball. Now Alexander Walker defending. And that one drops. LeVert's got his second bucket on the night.
Now, there's a reason Karis LeVert shoots well from the field. This guy is great at picking great opportunities.
Here's DiVincenzo. He's got 5. Outside, Alexander Walker. Pass to Gobert. Outside, DiVincenzo. 6 to shoot. Edwards with it. Rebounded by Johnson. Johnson's got 13 rebounds in the game. Glass eating to the middle. And stolen by Edwards. It's an even 3-on-3 break. Kept alive. Randall outside. And the foul called on Karis LeVert. So that'll be a second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2. This will make 4 trips to the line so far in this game.
Shoot 2.
And that one misses. So it's both teams making substitutions here. He hits the second from the line. Hawks trail by 3. Here's Krejci. LeVert outside for the tie. Reed with the rebound. LeVert's gone 2 of 5 from the field here. Pass to Shannon. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by LeVert. And the upcoming schedule for the Minnesota Timberwolves. On Wednesday, they'll be facing Bradley Beal and the Phoenix Suns. Then on Thursday, they'll go up against the Jazz in Utah.
And you know, for that matchup with Washington, that's a game where you'd be surprised to see them lose. They'd have to have a really off night for them to get upset there.
Bufkin, he's checked in for the Hawks. Here's Shannon. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. On the wing, Alexander Walker. He's checked by LeVert. Just 4 to shoot. Ooh, once again, off the mark by Minnesota. Hawks trail by 3. Count it. Good. LeVert's got 6 in the quarter.
They have no answer defensively inside.
56 seconds left in the third quarter. 13 feet out, and he connects with a jumper. And the Timberwolves lead by 3.
They seem to concede that shot, and his response is, thank you very much.
Pass to Krejci. Here's Porzingis. Reed defending. With the 10-footer. Again, Atlanta.
Boy, when Porzingis is healthy and right, this guy can flat out score.
Minnesota shooting a disappointing 38%. Now here's Alexander Walker. He's checked by LeVert. Reed, a screen on LeVert. Over to the wing. And here's Dillingham from the arc. Connects from downtown. Dillingham's got 8.
You know, he could have looked to score that himself, but in this particular instance, the advantage is playing inside out.
Here's Buffkin. Yet to see a basket. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
And he'll take his 3rd and 4th free throws of the night. That free throw good from Porzingis. Both free throws good from Porzingis.
An efficient night from the line. This is a guy who puts in the work and it pays dividends.
For 3, Randall. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. We're at the end of the 3rd quarter and we've still got a close one. The T-Wolves on top, up 2. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the 4th in what is still anybody's ball game. And the Hawks, looking at who they've got, Okongwu at the 4 with Capella at the 5. Trae Young out there with Karis LeVert. And it's Krejci in at the small forward position.
Well, this has not been his finest hour, but give your teammates some credit for doing the job of stepping in.
Driving in. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. All right, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Yeah, what stood out to me was their passing. They moved the ball effortlessly and have been able to find those holes in the defense.
And you also have to love the way they've gotten out and run in transition. A ton of good chances tonight simply from being willing to run the floor.
No good on the free throw. Good on the second one. Minnesota in the lead. Here's Dillingham. Outside, Ingles. And the layup falls. Ingles got his first points of the night.
I'll tell you, Ingles is just such a pro. This guy is unafraid despite the defense.
Hawks trail by 3. LeVert outside. Pass to Okongwu. Outside Young. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Krejci. No good from 18. Minnesota leading by 3. Here's Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Goodness, Anthony Edwards. Always on the attack. This guy is just so dynamic.
And Atlanta with possession here. LeVert passes to Krejci. Now here's Okongwu. Up top, Young. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. For Minnesota, they've gone 2 of 3 to open the 4th quarter. Here's Dillingham. Basket counts. Now it's a 7-point Minnesota lead.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
The Hawks shooting only 40% from the floor in this game. Pass to Okongwu. And here's Young. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth now. Now here's Capella. Reed defending. And now the T-Wolves on the break. Edwards, no problem with the contact.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
Screen by Capella. Young with it. Ingles covering. Will it go? Oh, the dunk by Okongwu.
Well, what he lacks in size for a typical center, he makes up for with all that athleticism. Boy, can he elevate.
Minnesota leading by 7. Just over 2.5 minutes played now. Final quarter of regulation. Dillingham, no good. The Hawks have gotten just one shot to fall out of 3 attempts in the fourth. Here's Krejci. LeVert left side. LeVert a screen on Edwards. Just 5 to shoot. Young can't hit. The Timberwolves have gotten 4 shots out of 6 attempts to drop so far in the fourth. Edwards can't hit.
At this point, I'm not sure if it's the play calling or the player himself.
Young, the pass to LeVert. Left side, Young. Pass to Capella. Edwards pulls it in. Edwards has got 5 rebounds tonight. We played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Here's Ingles. Outside Edwards. Unloads from 13. Hits the rim on the way in, and the bucket is good. Edwards has got 15 points in just the second half. Hawks trail by 9. Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Young with it. Ingles covering. Okongwu. That one's good, and it's Young with the assist. Young's got assist number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Here's Dillingham. Outside Edwards. The 3. Okongwu with the rebound. Okongwu's got his 4th rebound in this one. Left side, Young. LeVert outside. To the paint. Here's Okongwu. 4 on the clock. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Ingles got 4 rebounds now. Here's Edwards. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
How about Anthony Edwards, the bounce? Go ahead, Ant.
Ooh, a great look there. Brought to you by the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Here's LeVert. Pass to Krejci. And here's Okongwu. Now Young. 3-pointer. On target from range. Young's got 19 points.
Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
Atlanta making some changes. Kristaps Porzingis, he's checked in for Clint Capella. Johnson comes in for Krejci. And Daniels is subbed in for LeVert. Here's Edwards. Left side, DiVincenzo. And that's a foul called on Onyeka Okongwu. That's his first foul. Randall against Okongwu. Shot clock at 6. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. It's on Onyeka Okongwu.
Well, with his strength, Julius Randle can absorb contact easier than a lot of players. This guy is not going to be intimidated.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good.
You know, seeing an uptick in his trips to the free throw line, really, since we came out of the half.
And the second free throw is good. Here's Young, and his next assist would give him a double-double on the night.
He's shown tremendous vision and tremendous heart out there.
From deep, Johnson, and Atlanta hits again from deep.
He hit a couple from range in the first half, but now his confidence is through the roof.
DiVincenzo against Young. Gobert with a screen on Young. The 3, DiVincenzo. He drops it from range.
And talk about payback. He hits the revenge triple.
Oh, you love to see the competitive fire. A little bit of pride at stake.
Now here's Okongwu. Pass to Johnson. Intercepted. And here we go. The Timberwolves on the run.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Launches a 3. Gets rebounded by Minnesota.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too. The big-time throwdown.
Check him out. Keeps the grip on that rim after the finish. A little extra emphasis. And so it's Edwards who brings up the ball for Minnesota. They lead by 7. Fires from deep. Knocks down the long J. Edwards got 11 points in the quarter.
Well, you love his effort level, right? Particularly when it's winning time. He is going for the finish.
Young, the pass to Okongwu. DiVincenzo against Young. Outside Porzingis. That one's good, and it's Young with the assist.
Well, the unicorn, Mr. Porzingis, the answer from 3, his specialty.
Minnesota leading by 7. And here's Edwards. Ooh, poked away. It's Daniels with a drive. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
And Daniels doesn't mess around. When he's charging inside, he's focused on the flush.
Minnesota's got 2 of 5 threes to go here in the 4th. Randle against Okongwu. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Man, he made sure to get his money's worth on that foul.
First one falls, and Minnesota making a change here. McDaniels checked in. Risache, he's checked in for Atlanta. And Randle drops them both. Hawks trail by 7. High post Young. No dice from the high post. Randle right side. It's good. Only a few seconds into the shot clock. Randle's got 11 points here in the second half. The Hawks have gone 7 of 14 here in the fourth from the floor. Pass to Daniels. DiVincenzo with the steal. And now the T-Wolves on the break. Here's Edwards. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. That one on Johnson.
Anthony Edwards is a load to handle as a defender. This guy's got the frame and the skill to make it very difficult.
Shoot 2.
And he drops the first.
Well, we know Edwards has an impressive skill set, but what really separates him is the competitive edge that he plays with.
And both free throws good for Edwards.
He's forcing the action now, finally getting to the charity stripe after no freebies in the first half.
And the Hawks with possession here. 11-point game. Pass to Daniels. Jacks up a three. Hauled in by DiVincenzo. Minnesota's got 2 of 5 threes to go here in the fourth. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Trae Young. So that'll be a second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2. And coming off arguably the best season of his career, Dante DiVincenzo on the rise, Doris.
No question about it, B.A. becoming one of the feared shooters in the game from three-point distance. He's bounced around a little bit, but had his best season on both ends of the floor. This guy is a tough two-way player.
That free throw no good from DiVincenzo. Good on both. Hawks trail by 13. Now here's Young. Right side, Porzingis. Back to Young. Can they get it? Fires in the triple. Young's got 22.
He hit 3 triples in the first half, 3 more since. That's nothing to shrug at.
And Chris Finch calls timeout here. He is not messing around, calling them into the huddle. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch was going over with his team. He loves what the D has been able to accomplish, saying to his team, every turnover is a big success for us. Keep forcing those errors. Don't let them feel comfortable out there. So expect them to keep trying to be disruptive.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. Now here's Randall. The open shot by Edwards. Offline with a baseline jumper.
And for him, that's a great look. Expect him to go right back to it if it's available.
No doubt. Very good play call, good execution. Sometimes it just doesn't fall.
Young against DiVincenzo. Here's Risache. 5 on the clock. Drops in the 3. Young's got 9 points now in the quarter.
And what an impact he's making from beyond the arc. A big three-pointer to narrow this lead.
That's where the bulk of his offense has come from, and they're going to need a few more of them before this one's over.
And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Guys, you have to put a body on Anthony Edwards. This guy is too skilled and too strong.
First free throw is good. That's also good. So he hits both free throws. Here's Young. .157 left to play in the fourth.
Surprising to see him miss here, but they'll be happy with that shot most possessions.
Here's Randall. 8 makes out of 15 shots. He's got it going.
Boy, Julius Randle is getting to his spots and starting to really cook.
And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Hawks. They trail by 11. Pass to Risache from deep. And it's Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's got rebound number 19 now. Incredible board work. Knocked away. Down low. And DiVincenzo with a basket on the assist from Edwards. Edwards got 7 assists in the game. And Quinn Snyder decides to call timeout, looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged. Young against DiVincenzo. Young, the pass to Johnson. DiVincenzo against Young. To the wing, right side. Shot clock at 5. And Atlanta misses again. Here's Minnesota. They're on a 14-6 run.
And they had an advantage tonight. Came out sharp and did what was needed. Nice win here for the Timberwolves.
It was stop and go for them along the way, but they finally seized full control of this game.
B.A., the scoreboard definitely doesn't tell the whole story. They were able to pull things together when things got tough, and of course, they closed strong.
And this will give them win number 32 on the year so far.
And this team really wanted to at least split this season series.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Anthony Edwards.
We saw him get a lot of touches tonight, and he wasted very few of them. Really made himself the backbone of their offense.
So we see the Timberwolves taking the W here. Even early on in this game, they appeared happy to be playing at home.
And it makes a huge difference. Once they started to get into a groove, you never really felt like they wouldn't come out on top.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Allie LaForce, Doris Burke, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson alongside our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for watching. And let's leave you with our player of the game, Anthony Edwards.